Welcome to Paradigm. Tonight I'm joined by a queen, Miss Ellie. That's what I call her. Ellie 1978. I want to read this definition for you, Ellie. A paradigm is a standard perspective or set of ideas. A paradigm is a way of looking at something. The question that I want to ask you is what was the first paradigm that you had to manually break yourself out of? The first belief system that was programmed within you via society, media, your parents, etc. Something that you manually had to go within yourself and break yourself out of.
Um, well, it would definitely have to be my dad who raised me was drafted in Vietnam in the Vietnam War. He did a year and a day in country, Vietnam. So the first thing was um kind of realizing that uh patriotism and uh this country wasn't what I was being told. That was the first big like boom. And that was when I was probably around 16.
How did
I didn't know, I didn't know what. I didn't, yet, but I knew something was very wrong, you know.
how did you identify that? Were you was there information that you received, or was it kind of a gut feeling?
It was both. It was a gut feeling, and also I was very interested in that era, just the music of that era. Um, I'm a classically trained pianist, a musician. I love music. My dad was a musician. So the music of that era, the just went on, what went on in that era uh, interests me. So I studied it and found out that, what they were saying wasn't the truth. So,
The purpose of this show is to give people, whether it be content creators or just viewers, give people the confidence to share their story about how they woke up or how they reconnected with their souls or how they gained their own discernment. You know, look at, like, if you reflect, how you are present day opposed to before you had that discernment, how would you grade yourself?
well, uh, I don't know. I mean, I think it's an everyday thing. I'm still deprogramming and still learning. Grade myself like in school, like A through F. Do you mean like that?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. A through, in my case, F plus. Go ahead.
I would probably say I'm um average, and I still have a long way to go. Just because the lies are from cradle to grave, and so deep. The lies are deep, and our reality's been created for us since birth. So I think it's a ongoing thing until you die. Really, maybe like a C average right now.
Okay, so I gotta hop up in here. I definitely think your score is higher than that. I commend you for being a content creator. I give you, if anything, I give you an A minus. Um,
Okay.
as a content creator, you put in a lot of work, and that's what I respect about you. That's why I reached out to you to be on this episode. We definitely gotta give you a higher grade than
Well,
that.
thank you. Thanks.
um Now, I did want to ask you, there's a lot of backlash that comes with the kind of content we make. Some people say it's a thankless job. When was the question I want to ask you is, because it's something that I struggle with. When was the last time you felt like, I don't need this shit? I already know, you know what I'm saying? I have my own discernment. When was the last time you felt like, you know what, I think I want to walk away from putting out this content?
Yeah, like probably like this morning. It's frustrating, you know what I mean? But that's what they do. They want to demoralize us and discourage us from connecting and doing this. So I don't let it. I try not to let it get to me. I was joking, but I do have that feeling. I definitely have that feeling. Uh, yeah.
So we always ultimately go back to why do you keep creating the content?
Uh, I the only reason that I actually, if I could just back up, I was like a latecomer to I don't call myself a truther. I reject all labels, all words that they've weaponized, any kind of words that'll get us on a list. I don't, I don't like to do that or use those words. But the people that I have met are definitely the reason that I'm still there. Uh, Again, I lost a channel that I worked on for years, but I was laid up after surgery. I never realized what it would become. I never realized the people I would meet, and I just can't abandon them at this point. So that's why I still do it.
What's your favorite thing about you know, doing this genre of information? What's your favorite thing about, you know, doing this research? Why do you even do it?
That's a good question. It's frustrating. I guess there's no turning back. Would be the answer. I guess that's kind of a easy answer, but it's a truthful answer. Um, I just can't see doing anything else at this point. Um, I'm sure. Do you have that feeling like there's just no turning back? You just kind of have to keep going.
It's a weird feeling. Like if I was to stop, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I feel like I feel like I'm not in control, to be honest with you. I feel like every time I press the button to upload or go live and then we just talk about what's going on in the world, I feel like I'm not in control. I just feel like something is telling me to keep doing it. I feel like, you know, you could walk away and ride off into the sunset. I said it before. I could ride off into the sunset. I was lucky enough to gain discernment, but at the same time, it's like you look behind and you look at all the people you leaving behind. Like, yo, what about us? Like,
Yeah, again, and that's the main reason. And I've heard you say it, and I in not the same words, and I say it. My subscribers uh are 99% of my channel, and that's why I still do it. And I do like you feel led to 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 do it, to bring information. I mean, I get so much information from people. A lot of it's crap, some of it's not. Of course, it has to be thoroughly, heavily vetted, uh, which is time consuming. But when you have information, I kind of feel responsible uh, and obligated to tell the people that have followed me for years to what I know, and then of course they have to do their own due diligence and their own research and come to their own conclusions, just like we all do.
so
I just
there's
want hi to everyone in the chat, just John and everybody.
definitely appreciate everybody chiming in. You know, there's this trend that I'm seeing, and it's probably been here forever. It's probably been here forever. It's just the internet. You notice things that you might not realize in real life. There's this cult trend or cult theme going on where people have become loyal to the messenger opposed to the message. Um, it's a lot of people that I'm looking at. Like,
Mhm,
if you go around their platform and you just question, their, the information they're putting on the table.
mhm.
A lot of people don't want to dissect. They don't want to have a debate. They don't want to dissect uh, objectivity. So my question to you is, Ellie, how do you keep yourself from getting attached to the messenger and just stay loyal to the message?
Well, uh, you may have heard me say this. I probably say it every time I stream, or every time I share something. I always say it and I mean it. It is not the messenger, it's the message. Because you can learn something from anyone. I mean, it could be someone you disagree with, it could be someone that, isn't all together, that doesn't have their facts straight or on some things, but is correct on like one subject. uh that's where our discernment comes in, and you take, as they say, you uh chew the meat and spit out the bone. It's definitely, you have to, it's the message, it's not the messenger. No one man is going to get everything right. So you have to take, everybody serves a purpose, I think, in the community. Even if they're, gatekeeping or what have you, they still serve a purpose, and you can still learn something from them. That's how I look at it.
Now you went kind of deep, and I don't know if people paid attention to that. Now you said we can even learn, even truth tellers can learn, or truthers can learn from gatekeepers. Can you please go deeper into that? Now, when we say gatekeepers, are we allowed to say names?
Sure,
Are we allowed to say Joe Rogan?
we could say, I
Are we
say
allowed to say
sure,
Alex Jones?
sure. I would say both of those people are gatekeepers, and they, I would say most people. I would say, and I would include myself in that, in a different sect, you know what I mean? Because I don't do it on purpose. There's people that do it on purpose and they know what they're doing. And then there's people that they don't do it on purpose. But everything is truth mixed with lies, even if it's the person has the best intentions. And that's because we've all been lied to, right? But people like Alex Jones, of course, I watched Alex a long time ago. I learned things from him. Joe too, but we all know what happened to both of those two. But yeah, absolutely, you can learn from them. You can learn from their guests that they have on, and it's often like what they don't say, or what they clearly are trying to cover up and hide, that makes things a little more clear. So yeah, even the best lie has a little bit of truth,
Yeah,
right?
and I say the same thing. It's just that we're in this physical realm that we're in. Duality is everything, and I learned just as much as I did from the devil that I learned from God, vice versa. So that's why I asked that question. How do you embrace or accept content or accept information, or even filter information from a gatekeeper without getting sucked into that. And I think it comes down to discipline. A lot of people just don't have the discipline to just say, I'm just going to filter this information. I'm going to accept this information. And then I'm going to leave the rest. I don't know. Do you feel like it's human nature to idolize?
I don't think it's human nature. I think that is nurture versus nature. I think we're taught to idolize. I think, uh, idolizing, uh, it just popped into my head because I covered it, and it's the biggest display of idol worship that I've seen. I think possibly ever, was Nipsey Hussle's funeral. Um, that type of
You would think he was Michael Jackson the way he
yeah,
was
yeah,
sent off.
yeah.
Respectfully, respectfully.
Right, right. I mean, I like his music since, before a lot of people didn't know about him. 20 08, 2008. But irregardless, I don't worship any man, and I think that that's something that's put into our culture. Our culture meaning Western culture. Celebrities and idolizing celebrities and taking what they say to do and following it. I think the whole thing is uh, taught, engineered. Children are taught this. Oh, who's your idol? Oh, Michael Jordan or whatever the case may be. But I don't think that that's healthy. I think it's good to recognize good qualities in people, and aspire to that a quality, but not to be a person or like another person. Uh, so.
I think yeah, and I think what you're talking about is the difference between admiration and idolization. And I feel like before you reconnect with your soul, before you wake up, you can't really understand the difference there. And nobody ever really teaches you that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, nobody ever taught me, hey, don't idolize this person. You know, everybody that even down to my from if it was a celebrity or my uncle or I tried to be as much like them as possible until I grew up and I was like, nah, I need to figure out, I can admire them, but I have to be at the end of the day, I have to be my own person. And I feel like you said, in this Western society, that is our culture. Our culture is whatever's trending.
And I think that's by design. I think that that's on
Absolutely.
purpose. Yeah, they want uh the youth specifically, but everyone, to latch on to these celebrities or sports stars, singers, actors, whatever, and want to be like them. And that's also part of the illusion of the American dream, that anybody can have that if they want it, which is obviously not true. You have to, do things to get that, things that, you shouldn't do. So yeah, it's just not
I feel like, and like I said, it might have always been like this, but I feel like right now in this era, the media, I feel like this is the most influential the media, social media has ever been. Um, as a mother, I have to ask you,
mhm.
how do you know what I'm saying? How do you, especially a mother with with extreme discernment, how do you keep your children on the same alignment as you with all this social media warfare going on out here? Because I'm sorry, I'm a bitch ass nigga. I'm scared to have kids because it was. I don't want my kid to be like Lil Nas X. I don't want my kid to see a Lil Nas X music video and be like, "Daddy, can I be Lil Nas X for Halloween?" It's not somebody got to die
Yeah,
respectfully and allegedly.
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, that's a hard question to answer. I have two boys, 13 and 4, so it's a big age difference. My 13-year-old is uh very like me. He's very aware, uh based, as they say. Um, you know, you can tell them the definition of discernment, and you can explain to them, what that is, what that means. But uh, as well as everyone in the chat, as everyone knows, uh, usually children don't listen to their parents. They have to find out for themselves. Luckily, my older son uh, does listen, and sees what I say, because it's the truth, and he can see that. Luckily, not all children can. I don't really know. I kind of just learn as I go. I'm just gonna do this. Just pat my nose here. I'm getting over this cold still. Um, but uh, we don't have cable. And what we do is old DVDs. Um, and we watch. His computer is in a common area. He does play Minecraft. Sorry, however you say it. And you just really got to keep him off. He's not allowed to have Facebook. He's not allowed to have Snapchat. He's not allowed to have TikTok. And you just have to. It is the parents' responsibility to be. I mean, I hate to say it, but to be kind of strict with that. I don't allow it. I don't allow that in my home. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have that. They don't have that. It's not good for a child's developing mind to have that. When he turns 18, when they turn 18, what can I do? But as long as they're living under my roof, they're not going to have anything like that. Now I do let him game. Especially, I homeschooled before the thing that's going on right now. I chose to do that after fourth grade. After he finished fourth grade, I chose to homeschool. So, you just have to teach them what's real, and let them know that, you know, the government and the indoctrination centers, they're going to lie to you. And that's a hard pill for a 13-year-old to swallow, or 12-year-old to swallow. But you'd be surprised. Kids are resilient, and they understand a lot more than you think they do. So I've been lucky so far. um,
I have conversations with John Horse, and we talk about the imagination that children possess, and it's, I feel like to be able to really, if we want to destroy the matrix, you have to possess a certain level of imagination. There's so many people that have come before us that, they spread information, but you see it, like we talked about off air. Certain things happen to people, and then they're gone. So what are your thoughts on, maintaining an imagination within the matrix? Is your imagination still intact?
I wish it was more. I think, I don't remember my dreams. Everyone dreams. Everyone dreams. I think 2 to 6 times a night, somewhere in there. Uh, but I find myself now at my age not remembering my dreams. I used, I journal. I've journaled my whole life. I write. Um, but I think imagination is so important, and I think um, the school system and social media, uh, uh, all media, movies, everything. I think they try to dead that, and that's why I know it's important. Imagination. So I don't know really how to cultivate that within myself. Like, is it gone? Can I get it back? Am I too old? I don't know. But I do encourage that with my boys. I never say it's just a dream. I never say it's just a dream to them. I listen to their dreams, and I let them know that it's not just a dream. It's your subconscious, which is very much a part of you, just as important as your conscience. So I let them know that.
I want to ask you this question. At least 1978. I want to ask you, can you explain or can you describe your perfect truth topia?
You mean like a place, or I'm
When
sorry.
when you close your eyes
Okay, let me try.
and your perfect truth topia, your perfect man, if this was a physical realm, what you want, what you feel should be, you know what I'm saying? In the
Uh,
physical realm, what would it look like as far as this information and your journey and how you feel things should be?
uh, though, I just I'm a cynical realist. I would have to really reflect on that. I just that's such a it's a really good question. But I I don't think what I envisioned just now, even a little bit of it, would ever be possible. So I can't really allow my mind to go there. Right now, I would be sitting here like this for
But
like
why?
20
Why
minutes.
you? But see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta exercise your imagination. When
Yeah.
with that imagination, nothing is impossible.
Well, one thing I would want is people to be able to speak again, and without people being butthurt. And I mean, like, literally just say what they feel, and without being attacked and without being put down, without being all of that. I would just love to hear, like back in the day, people could just say what they felt, and that's what it is. But it's not like that anymore. So that would be one thing I would love to have, just free speech, which we don't have, and we have not had for a very long time. Um,
And the fact that we're at the point where we can say that, can you imagine how it's going to be in 10, 20 years?
I don't want to, but yes, I can. Sometimes I feel just absolutely guilty and horrible, because I do have two boys that are going to live to see all this transhumanism and all this, like, chips in your brain and uh, stuff in your retina and all that, and it does scare me. I know we're not supposed to feed into that fear, and I try not to, but I'm a human being, and not for me, but for my boys, I do worry about that. Um, so
I got a lot of respect for you, Ellie, because you know there's a lot of male truthers out there. It's a lot of males that tell the truth on YouTube and other platforms, but it's hard to come across solid, honorable, just you just consistent female truth tellers. What are your thoughts on the females within the truth community? Do you feel like more women should speak up? I feel like when women listen to you, it should empower them to make a channel and talk about what's going on in the world. Do you feel like there's more women that should speak up?
um no, I think all females should be quiet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm definitely not a feminist. I think the feminist movement, like, completely just trashed uh what I thought this country was. But you know, Yeah, I think, yeah, I absolutely think if people have things to say and offer, like I said earlier, I truly do believe everyone does have a role to play, and if someone feels led to start a channel, I would encourage that. I would support that. But females, can't argue with biology. There's only two sexes. Can I say that on this platform? Uh, you know, there's biology, there's male and female. And I do think that females tend to get into the drama of it all, and it takes away from it just deflects and takes away from the truth of it, and it causes problems. We see this, but there's some females that do a good job, like Melissa from Truth Stream Media. Her and Aaron, they have a great channel. I love their channel.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's who I look up to. If I
They're
had to think of
they're
one female,
OGs. They're
yeah,
OG. I've been,
yeah.
and that's I'm so glad you brought that up because when I first came into the game, I remember I'm a late bloomer. I woke up. I didn't really wake up till I was like in my mid 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, when I really was like, like you always talk about the Smith Monk Act. I woke up during Donald Trump. I really woke up during Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. Like I was away. I was like, okay, Barack Obama took us to the mountaintop. Yeah, I don't know about all that. But Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. Every single day, the mainstream media told me that Hillary Clinton was winning, and then out of nowhere, Donald Trump won, and I was like, damn, the television lied to me every single fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, that waking up process, that's pretty much how I woke up.
Well, I'm older than you. I was working at the blood bank when, in 2001 in New York, what happened. I was working at a blood bank in Delaware. I worked there for 6 years. We were actually turning people away because it wasn't people didn't need blood. They were either done or fine. It was not that many people that needed blood. But that's when I was 21. I think I just turned 21 um, in 2001. That's when I knew. When I saw that second jaunt happen on the TV when they called me out to the donor room,
Wow.
uh, I looked at it and I knew instantly. I didn't know what. Again, I didn't know what. I'm not claiming to. I don't know. I don't know. But I knew. I knew something wasn't right. I knew it didn't look right. I knew what they were saying. That the talking heads on TV was a lie. I knew it. I felt it. And that's what started me looking into stuff. So probably we're about the same age, actually. Um, when we started to see, and again, it's a everyday deprogramming and everyday learning journey. I think, you know.
I think the most thing the thing that frustrates me the most is even before you wake up, you're being deceived, and after you wake up, they're still attempting to deceive you. And I always wish that I could have woke up sooner. I wish I could have woke up when I was 9 years old, 10 years old. I didn't wake up till I was damn near 23, 24. Um,
Well,
how do we help people wake up sooner?
I mean, I think that's $1 million question. Okay, how can we wake them up? I think
Yeah.
it's parenting. Number one, a lot of people are choosing not to have children and I completely get that. I never planned on that, but the other option just wasn't something I could do. Not that I don't judge anybody. Only God can judge. Only God can judge us. So, but it really does start with parenting, I think. And if you have nieces, nephews, uh, whatever, just teaching the children not to question everything. That's just the easiest thing. Question everything. And I tell my boys that question everything. Even you, mom? Yes, even me. Uh, Go ahead, question me with respect. Don't pop off at the mouth. But yeah, you can question everything. But I really don't have the answer to that. I wish I did. That's kind of like the key, that the puzzle piece that I think we all wish. How can we wake? How can we shake them and wake them up? I mean, not literally shake. Don't shake the kids, guys. But I just mean, um, you know, I think they're at this point. At this point, well, children are innocent, but and for you, like wishing that you would have woke up sooner. I think everything is as it should be. That's just the way I don't know. That's just what I feel, what I think. I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. But everything is as it should be, and I think people learn, and everybody's at their own stage of quote awakening. Uh, so uh, yeah, I mean, I try to reach as many people as I can, but I mean, where do you start? It's hard to strike up a conversation with someone. And that's why I always start with the Smith-Mundt Act. And just briefly for anybody in the chat, hey, Bloodbath and RD and everybody, Occupy, Sovereign Queen, what's up? The Smith-Mundt Act, just if you don't know, I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm just trying to like give some background. Was signed in 2012 by Obama. The Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, it already existed. It was originally for foreign adversaries to use lies and propaganda against, foreign adversaries. Well, in 2012, Obama signed it uh, to be used as the U.S., the United States public, uh, lies and propaganda on the United States public. And we have CIA director on the Senate floor saying, yes, indeed, that they do put stories in the Post and in the news to get, for the quote greater good, to get people to do what they want. And that's why the Smith-Mundt Act is what I use to I think that that's an easy segue if you're trying to quote wake somebody up, is to start with that. And I found success using the Smith-Mundt Act, because it's something you can point to. They can look it up at the Library of Congress. They can look it up. It's a fact. It's not a conspiracy theory, and they can see it's a real thing. That they do use lies and propaganda 24/7, 365, 366 in leap year, uh, all day, every day on all of us, uh, with everything we see, every article, every song, every movie, predictive programming, uh, just huge traumatic psychological operations, all of that, social engineering, indoctrination, and that's Smith-Mundt, you know.
The fact that the media is allowed to promote propaganda if it's in the best interest of the government. I'm gonna be honest with you. I cashed out when after weapons of mass destruction. I lost I lost all faith in the government of America when they said we were looking for weapons of mass destruction, and then they said oh, sorry, we couldn't they didn't exist or we didn't find them. So that's what I mean. And I judge everything like how you would in real life. Is like a relationship. There's women that if their boyfriend cheats on them one time, they'll never forgive them. Well, some women will let them keep coming back. But for the most part, most women, if their boyfriend cheats on them, they'll never let them back. They're done with them. They cut ties. But for some reason, our government lies to us on a daily basis, and everybody's okay with it. It's the weirdest shit ever.
Well, a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people just have faith in the like they most people are good innately.
Right.
As humans innately, we don't, I don't want to say normal, but most human beings can't comprehend uh the sinister nature of the 1%. We'll call them the 1%. Whatever you want to call them, the cabal, global Zionist bankers, the 1%, the people that we don't even know their names, above Soros, above even the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the people that we don't know their names. Most people cannot fathom that kind of evil. So they blindly trust their government. That's what I think's going on. Also, we have to consider the poisoning of the water, the air, what they dump on us and all of that, and what that's done over the years to the youth and us and everybody. I think that plays a big part. Uh, we know lithium's been found in that and other things that cause dementia and God knows what else. So it's sad, and it's a blow when you quote wake up, because you can't go back to sleep. But they say ignorance is bliss, so and so on, as DMX would say.
I think that's the most ironic thing. Whenever I hear that, it's so true. When people say, when you wake up, you can't go back to sleep, and I think that's why people fear waking up so much because it's kind of a irreversible type of thing.
I
And
totally agree.
I don't, it's kind of like the what was his name in the Matrix? Cipher, the guy
I,
that was he was like, I love this fake ass steak.
oh, I don't know his name, but I think Cypher.
Yeah, I think it was Cipher.
Yeah, I only watched The Matrix, like the first one,
Yeah, the first
like
one.
once or twice, and that was it. I've never seen any of the other ones or anything.
So let me ask you this question: If you could go back, if you could go back to when you were oblivious and potentially living your best life, because I know one thing: when I woke up, ever since I woke up and I made a YouTube channel and started talking about this shit, my life has been hell. So
You're not alone.
my question to you is: if you could have the Zypher effect, would you go back? Would you go back
No,
to being ignorant, just
no,
carefree?
never.
Why?
Uh,
The sheep are winning right now.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think that. I don't think we're doomed. I'm a cynical realist, but I'm not a defeatist. I don't think we're doomed. I think there's a way out of this. And I think that's why they're trying so hard to shut everybody up, because they know that they messed up with the information age, with Agenda 21, 2030. Certain goals were supposed to be met by now, by 2021, that have not been met. If you look at the original plan, um, which I can email you and you can link under this video if you'd like. But they didn't count on people like us doing this. Now, again, I didn't start my channel till later on. I think it was like the end of 2017 when I started my original channel, the one that just got ousted and nuked in the beginning of February. But they didn't count on us doing research and talking and forming groups. And I think that's what a lot of this 6 feet has to do with. And the closing of the bars and restaurants. Where do people meet to talk to form a revolution? That's where they would go, right? They want us. They don't want us meeting up and talking because they fear us. They know that we're powerful. We are not Big Bang and then insignificant, and it doesn't work like that. We all have such power, and they don't want us figuring that out. They don't want us getting together and planning our way out of this, which I do think is very possible. So,
What's your favorite conspiracy theorist movie?
can you give me multiple choice? Because I don't really know what fits into that. I am kind of a film buff, like anything like pre
I'm gonna need some help from. I'm gonna need some
2015.
help from the chat.
Yeah. What
Um,
What are some movies? What do you mean?
give some conspiracy theories. But I know we got They Live,
They Live's good. I mean, obviously that's a classic. Um,
Truman, The Truman Show,
Truman Show. Yeah, that's a good one.
obviously
Uh,
The Matrix. But we everybody we all talk about that shit.
yeah. I don't really know. I don't really think any of them have had any truth drops that we don't really already know about. Um, unless I'm just not thinking of them. But I mean, They Live is Soylent
Like
Green,
Idiocracy,
Invasion, Idiocracy,
Idiocracy.
A Brave New World, 1984, Minority Report.
That's a movie.
What?
You said 1984 because I
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a book by George Orwell, but it was also made into a movie.
like you were
Absolutely.
saying we were talking off air. You said The Gray State.
Yeah, that was never made though. That thing they put on Netflix was a documentary. It was a hit piece.
Um,
That the movie, the only thing that was made before the filmmaker, his wife, and 5-year-old daughter were slaughtered, and then he was blamed for their murders, and then his own suicide. Um, is a $6,000 trailer called The Gray State. That's the only work of his you'll actually see. But I wish we could have seen that movie. There are hard drives missing, but we'll never see that movie. I think all of them are important. They play a part, and I think more and more we're finding out. I don't know. Do you know the channel Enter the Stars Reloaded?
absolutely. You talking about Casey?
Yeah, Casey. I really like Casey. I think the decodes he does, he just did one about synchronic. He did like Under the Silver Lake. So I think more and more they're coming out. Songbird, and I
Um,
think they're doing this. Well, a for mockery. They and realization, or some people say revelation of the method. They get some power from they have to tell us. It's kind of like a law. They have to tell us. But most people still don't catch on. And they're getting real flagrant with it. You know what I mean? Like, look at that little Nas X video. People still, I don't know how, but people still don't get it. But they tell us. They tell us what they're gonna do, and they do it. So yeah.
I struggle with this, and I get very frustrated because I feel like I feel like within this community there are geniuses. I feel like a LE54, I feel like a LE 1978 is a genius. I feel like and you have an army behind you. I feel like it's countless people in this community that are geniuses, but I also feel like there's no safe haven for people that speak the truth. Um,
Definitely no safe haven. If anything, you end up dead, you know?
I
We've
feel like I
lost a
feel like a
lot of
lot of people.
people
I feel like a
recently.
lot of people in this community that know the truth and they want to share it. They sell themselves short. They don't. They
Go
still.
all the way with it.
They don't go all the way with it
I
at
know
the end.
exactly what you mean. And I think part of that's fear. Uh, Part of that's it's clicky. You know, people getting their little clicks, and they don't want to say certain things that other people don't agree with. Which that's human nature, I think. Um, I don't know the cause of it. I try to say whatever I believe, even if it's not. I look. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any more than anybody else. I really don't. I want to know, and I'm open. And I think that's the thing you were talking about earlier, or maybe you touched on it. A lot of these channels, or some of these channels, it's kind of like a cult following, and they're just like blindly loyal, and they don't. After a while, they start not to question the content creator.
It's just follow
Um,
the leader. It's like
yeah,
fucking pin the tail on the donkey. Like it's
yeah.
just.
You have to question, and I even say it in my streams. I'm trustworthy, but you can't even trust me. You know, fact check me. Don't take anything I say as fact. It's in my disclaimer, all that. It's You have to truly question everything. It's sad that it's like that, but so by it is. You gotta can't trust any man. You know, meaning mankind, woman, man, whatever. Yeah. Saboteur. Saboteur.
Does Ellie 1978 have a favorite conspiracy theorist right now, or just a favorite channel that you look to and you like this? This is
Low
my
key
favorite.
T.
Nah,
Low
stop
key
fucking with me, bro.
T.
I'm the dumbest nigga on YouTube. No, for real.
No.
Somebody that
Uh
you're like, wow, like I just they're so far they've always been on point. Dare I say I trust them.
eh, I wish I could say I did. There's people that I favor, that I like. But again, but no one man can get everything right, and everybody serves a purpose. So I take, what makes sense to me, what's logical, what make common sense, and then I leave the rest. But of course, there's people I look up to, but I don't really have a favorite. And also, I don't like to watch too much of other people's content, because I'm a creator and I don't want it to somehow influence, uh, my creativity, or not creativity, but my I don't want it to somehow seep in to what I'm spitting. You know what I mean?
I want to ask you this question. I want to know your honest answer. What is your definition? What is your not society's definition, but your definition of crazy?
Oh, um, I don't really like the word. I mean, I don't hate the word. Uh, my definition of it, I could tell you, they're trying to make what they're trying to make it into. They're trying to make all of us that, label us that, and then, domestic, the word I can't say after that. Um, my definition of, I'm not really sure. I know mental illness is a big thing. And I would probably blame that on giving children drugs for the past, 3, 4 decades, saying that they have ADD, ADHD, and drugging children whose brains are still developing. And then again, what comes from the air, what's in the water, all that. But I don't really know. I don't call people crazy. Um, Sorry about that, guys. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Sorry.
No, I just feel like, this society calls anybody that goes off script crazy.
Oh yeah, I agree with that statement.
And I
Definitely,
think and I
definitely.
think my definition of crazy is anybody that doesn't do their own research and just regurgitates what somebody else says. I think that's my definition of crazy.
I would agree with that. That's one definition. Sure, absolutely.
Because like we were talking about when we talk about if you when you reconnect with your soul, and but before we even go to that conversation, when we talk about souls, do you feel like every human being has a soul?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think every human being is born with one. Uh, but I believe that I hate to sound like old, but these days I feel like there's so many forces working to corrupt and steal that soul, that innocence, that I do believe there are, like, and they live, soulless people walking around, people that have sold their souls, people that have, um, they don't have any soul tokens left. They've sold out, sadly. So I do think that there's people walking around that don't have uh, souls, as they say. But I do believe everybody can change that.
Do you believe that like a lot of people talk about on YouTube that the potential of us being recycled? We know that energy transfers. Do you feel like there's a possibility that a low key T and a Ellie 1978 could come back here, or if we upgrade, if we uplift our frequency, do we go to a different realm or dimension? What are your thoughts on the afterlife?
Well, I'll quote my boy and say my only fear of death is coming back reincarnated. All right. I think uh, our energy, of course, these are just our bodies. I think our energy never stops. It goes on forever. But as far as, reincarnate, I don't know. I don't know. I did, um, as I shared with you, I went to Catholic school. I was made to go. Um, and, uh, I call myself a recovering Catholic. So that all that Catholic guilt
Yeah, that's
and
hilarious.
deprogramming from that. But I am a Christian. So I believe look, I don't know. Who am I to say? I know that there is, and I'm learning too. I'm still learning about all this. So there is a question of, retro causality and, coming back and all of that. I get it. And that could fit into Christianity, because we know that they lie and that that they manipulate the word and all of that. So I don't know. I just try to live by the golden rule and be a good person and hope for the best. I don't know. Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, what do you feel like your sole purpose is? You know, me, I was working all day today, and I just found myself, having road rage. You know, I do deliveries. I was having road rage. I was ready to go full Rick James. I was ready to slap the shit out of somebody, and I just felt like, I'm not meant here. I'm not put here to make money. I'm not put here to fulfill somebody else's dreams. What do you feel like your sole purpose is?
Uh, well, I ask that a lot about myself. Uh, right now, I think it's my boys to make sure that they're okay. That if something happens to me, uh, that they are equipped with knowledge and you know how to use logic and reason to gain knowledge and make decisions in the future. Obviously, I'm a mother first, so that's it. But for me personally, I would say I would want to say, waking people up. I just I don't like to use that term. I don't know why. Maybe because it's been so weaponized, but uh, I do try to do that. I try to spark up conversations with people and make them aware of Smith Munn Act and other things, a lot of other things. Um, I'm not really sure though. I think that's something that is a lifelong thing too, finding your purpose. So I'm not sure.
You know, when I talk to Ellie, 1978, it's just certain people that I let my soul take the wheel. Our souls, interact, and I appreciate her for pulling up tonight. Let me ask this question. Dartmouth says to learn to love. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I personally feel like they weaponize love in this society, and it's not whatever this version of love is. This is not organic love. This is manufactured love. They want you to the elites want you to love what they love.
I totally agree. That's a great comment. Uh, to learn to love, like real love. Yeah, like one love, even like one their version of love, materialistic stuff. Yeah, and I think with that, I don't know if Dartmouth meant this, but it made me think. I know that I am like a product of, I was born in '78, so I was put in front of a TV as I grew up on, music and pop culture and all that. I've been desensitized to a lot of stuff, just as I'm sure you guys have been to, and girls or ladies. Um, so yeah, to try to get back to that and self love, and loving others. So yeah, that's a good comment. I could definitely work on that for sure.
What's your favorite thing about the truth community, and what's your least favorite thing? What do you love the most about the truth community, and what do you hate the most?
I love the camaraderie. I love the community. I love that there is a place for us crazy conspiracy theorists to go and be together. I really do. It's comforting to know that there's other people that are called crazy and good to know that there's other people that see things the way we do. And my least favorite thing is the bickering over dumb shit. You know what I mean? And when I say that, eh, even big things like, is the earth flat or is it round?
Right, right.
Does it matter? We're all here together. Does it really matter? So I hate the bickering and the drama. But overall, I am, again, I don't call myself a truther. I'm just a pissed off mom who got a computer for her birthday. But yeah, I do. I like it. I like it. I like the people I've met. I never knew that I would meet and meet the people that I've met and learn the things that I've learned. And I'm so grateful that I have. And thank you for letting me come on your show and talk to you and your audience. I really appreciate it.
Last question. If you could take any information with you into your next life or the next realm, what would it be?
All of it.
that's, some, that's some shit I would say.
Well, all of it. No. That's a good one. Jeez, you got good questions. Um, I like one thing. What one thing? Any information? Can it be like a whole flash drive of stuff or
One truth drop.
one truth drop? You know what? I would say nothing is real.
Wow.
Everything is fake.
Wow.
Uh
Holy shit.
yeah. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. Your reality is what you create. Uh yeah.
That's some heavy shit. I gotta let that breathe for a second. It's a lot. I feel like it's just a lot of people that they're just not mentally equipped to understand what you just said. Because I subscribe to the fact that even when it's real, it's fake. Even when it's real, it's fake because you have two types of people in
Yeah.
this world: people that subscribe to the truth and people that subscribe to narrative. And the only thing that Black Mirror has waiting for us is narrative,
Yep.
whether it be television screen, on your phone, laptop, your neighbor's house, whatever, your mama house. The only thing that Black Mirror has waiting for us is narrative and fear. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Don't feed into the fear. But yeah, the reality is completely created. Yeah. That's a whole other show though.
So how would you what's your advice to someone on how to be fearless in 2021?
I don't know how qualified I am to give advice. None of my statements have been evaluated by the FDA. No, I'm kidding. You just fear is a wasted emotion, I think. I think it's a favorite tool of the elite. It's used to control people, favorite tool of the devil, if you believe in that. Definitely a favorite tool of the elite, and I just think it's a waste. I you know, I don't fear too much. I fear for my sons. That's it. What they're gonna have to go through in their life. I fear for that. So thank you, Crystal, and sorry, Lo. I thanks everybody that's watching now. Blood, everybody that's here, and everybody that watches subsequently. And thank you, Loki.
I appreciate you. It's been a long time, and I'm glad you pulled up tonight and you made time. It's a couple people that I really appreciate what you guys do within this community. And like I said, you have your own army of your own and people that support you. So I hope that you keep doing what you're doing. But what comes after this? what comes after, every day we putting out this content? What do you feel comes after this? I feel like in this society that we live in, this dimension that we're in right now, the truth can only take us so far. What do you feel like comes after that?
Well, I think you have a great idea, and that is moving this virtual into reality. And that was, I'm just going to say it, may he rest in peace, David's idea. You can see a little snippet in the trailer there of actually putting words into action and stop talking about it and being about it. And the only way to do that with, you know, Big Brother watching is meeting up and talking about it and making plans. And like I always say on my channel, planning, preparing, and praying. So, yeah.
Definitely want to shout out the Queen, Miss Ellie, 1984. Welcome to Paradigm. Definitely, I'm gonna put her channel on the page right now. Okay, this is her channel right here. Definitely go over there, subscribe to her channel, hit the notification bell, and show her some support. Definitely hit that Cash App, that PayPal, all that. Drop a comment, and let her know you support her. Like I said, in this world, in this society that we live in, nothing is free, not even in truth. So support it. I appreciate you for making time tonight, Miss Ellie, and I appreciate your perspectives.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and everything you do. Uh yeah, I like your channel and the chat's great. And thanks for having me on.
But definitely, we welcome you to Paradigm and salute. Be safe. We up out of here.
Salute.